the same time. This is very similar in that where characters' stories intersect with each other. This is kind of like a timeline.
I currently see your game on their stream. I think we're on? I don't know. I don't see any confirmation in any
Oh, okay, we're live.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Alright. You got the chat open and everything?
I've got the chat open, but I don't see anything being said in it.
Alright, well, that's fine. Anyways, we are ready to start then. So, Wake's time starts is when we get some reading material. So, I'll count down. 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, starting off here. One nice thing I like about this game as a speedrun is you have the option to not only skip individual cutscenes, but to skip every cutscene in the same menu, like until it actually forces you to play the game. I appreciate that.
That's nice.
Yep. Right now, we're just going through the runs of the tutorials, because we are playing as Gwendolyn. She's the first character that everyone, when they plays this game for the first time, plays as. And as such, the game expects you to be noob. So, for the most part, we are forced to do everything the game tells us to do. But we do want to kill all these enemies here fairly fast, because the next tutorial will not pop up until most enemies are off screen. Alright.
So as you can probably tell, Gwen is pretty fast. She likes to juggle the enemies in the air quite a bit.
Yeah, she's arguably the best air juggler character in this game. There's 5 playable characters. Each play completely different from each other. Some even radically different, to the point where I struggle to play well with them. Right, now the game wants to tell us all about phosons. Phosons. These are always a weird thing to explain, because in terms of RPG games go, Odin Sphere has a lot of interesting ideas going their way. You still gain experience points like normal in any RPG. Kill an enemy, you get XP for killing that enemy. But you also, when you kill an enemy, they drop phosons, these purple little soul things in the air. These phosons are not only a resource for you to use special skills later down the road, but they also are used for growing food. You plant a seed in the ground, you release the phosons to the air, the plant absorbs the phosons, and it grows fruit. And you eat the fruit, and you gain way more experience points eating food than you get with any other way in the game.
So eat food and get stronger.
Pretty much. We are going to take advantage of, growing our own food, eating to gain the levels that we need in order to take advantage, to abuse this game's stat system. Especially early on, when we really don't have a lot of options available to us. A lot of the most broken things about this game is the equipment, and because this is Gwendolyn and she basically gets basically spoon-fed all the things you normally encounter throughout the game very slowly, we won't get any really good equipment until like chapter 3. So we kind of have to make do without that until then.
She's intended to be the first character, so everything goes at a slow, even pace.
Yep. So we got some food out of that chest, so we're going to go ahead and eat these 2 mulberries here, because I want to be level 3. The extra level pretty much makes getting through the next few fights a tiny bit faster. The other thing I'm really trying to do here is my movement. You can do an evade in this game, and this evade has a very abusable fact about it. When you do an evade, your character moves really, really fast at the start of that evade animation. But if you cancel out of that evade on the exact same frame that you started, you'll, instead of, you know, like, doing the evade like normal, you'll jump out of it, and all the momentum that would go into the start of your evade gets transferred to your jump, letting me to basically double my movement speed all over the place. And that's why I'm just... It always looks a little weird, like my character doesn't look like I'm doing an evade animation, but it's fairly tight timing, and it's actually pretty fun and consistent to pull off for the most part. But when I do screw up, you'll often just see me do an evade, a full evade randomly out of nowhere, and it just looks dumb and awkward, because it is. Alright,
well, sounds cooler if you just say that it's a frame perfect trick and not that it's very consistent.
I guess I could say that.
Well, you wouldn't be lying.
But it is consistent.
All of his super fast movement jumps are frame perfect tricks. So he's really, really good at this.
The cool thing is almost every character in this game can abuse this trick. Except for Mercedes, because Mercedes plays so radically different from everybody else. Anyways, we got our first Phozon skill, Cypher skill, I should say. This one is called Ice Shot, and every character in this game has some sort of elemental special abilities that they acquire through playing. Gwendolyn's are all ice-based, and it turns out the first one she gets is the one we care about the most. Take it from here, where I want to make sure I juggle this enemy correctly.
About the ice shot?
About just skills in general.
Alright, well... So... Mainly, the skills we want are called Needle Strike, Assault High, Skill Link, and Ice Shot, which we just got. The Ice Shot and Needle Strike are the best attack skills generally to use in the speedrun. They've got short animations, and they can be used on the ground or in the air, and oftentimes we'll want to juggle the enemy, quite like what just happened. So things that can be used on the ground or in the air are rather good, and you get them early so you can get Phozons put into them, and
yeah, that pretty much covers it in terms of skills. The main thing is we want to invest in Needle Strike as soon as possible, because unlike Ice Shot, Needle Strike uses the POW gauge as a resource to use, as opposed to using PP. PP you get, right now I have 18 out of 18 PP, and every time I use Ice Shot, it costs 6.
Okay.
So there's a limit on how many times I can actually use it in a fight usually, whereas the POW gauge, POW is a automatically regenerating resource, so it will eventually come back to me, and because of that, Needle Strike is just a lot better because I just use it more often. Alright, ooh, I'm really happy here. This boss dropped a particular alchemy potion called Blaze. And these are kind of like the spell system in this game. Their spells are regulated to potions that you can either get from a boss that drops it. No! Okay, I'd rather get swolled here, because I really want to throw this blaze at him. As you can see here, I threw the blaze on the ground, right? And it creates this fire pillar that he is now in. And I want to keep him in it and damage him over time. I really don't care if I get swolled here too much, because he's still taking all that blaze damage. Ooh, and he dropped another one. I'm really happy with that. No, do not go underground, you bastard. Do not go underground. No! No! Alright, well...
I didn't even think things were going well yet.
Okay, unfortunately, I can damage this boss right now if I wanted to, but there's no point. Because he's basically immune to taking the final hit to die until he's done with his animation.
Yeah, enemies in this game like to do a bunch of attacks that you cannot kill them while they're doing.
It's rather unfortunate, but now there's another use for phozons in this game besides simply using them to grow food. You can also use phozons to increase the power of skills that you have acquired in this game. Not only increasing the power of the skills affects like the damage they do, but it also gives you a passive damage increase for every rank you increase in a skill or passive ability.
So you basically use the phozons for a lot of stuff to actually make so you can do the speed run.
Yes.
You use them to make your skills more powerful, you use them to use your skills, and you use them to grow your food for experience.
Yep, and here we're getting our next major tutorial in this game for Gwen, alchemy. And this is what I meant by you are able to make your own potions. You just need a couple things here. You need either a material or a pre-existing potion, and some other material that is used as kind of like the regent. In which case here we have these things called mandragoras. There's 5 different types of mandragoras in this game, and the one we are forced to use is a Valuethon, and the Valuethon is used to make various healing potions and stuff like that. We really never use those guys. We really don't care about healing potions in a speedrun. If we're using a healing potion, that means we played badly. The mandragoras we care about in terms of ingredients is Cubsbane, which I was really hoping for one right there. Unfortunately, didn't get one. Want that? Thank you. Cubsbane is used to make poison potions, particularly toxic. Toxic is an extremely powerful potion to use. Does some pretty good damage when you throw it. Hits in a wide area. And it, of course, inflicts poison on the enemies if they are susceptible to it. And it turns out there's a number of bosses we really want to be able to poison. Alright. And we're just going to go ahead and knock through these goblin enemies here. We're still in the early stages of the game, so enemies like this are just really stupidly weak. I'm kind of hoping that one of them drops a seed, and they didn't. So I'm gonna have to go with the classic 2 mulberry and 1 muggle. And I do this right here because we're really tight on our phozon limit for this chapter. When I plant a seed next to a particular plant called a rosemill, they spawn additional phozons, which of course goes directly into growing more food. And we're gonna grow these and eat them all up, because we want to be level 7 by the time we're finished with this place. Alright, we're good. We don't even care about that seed. Goodbye, seed. And we're just going to go right into another tutorial because this game really loves teaching the player how to take advantage of the alchemy system. And one of the big things with it is that potions come in ranks. They'll often have a number attached to them, like this one is a 1. But if you take food items, combine it with this healing tonic, you can increase the rank from 1 to 2, making it a much more potent potion. And this is actually something we are going to be taking advantage in the speedrun, because there are some really powerful potions in this game, and making them higher rank means they last a lot longer. Alright, this boss is... Oh, right, I forgot to register Needle Strike. There we go. So, now I am using Needle Strike, and of course it's using this POW gauge that's right above where my HP is. It always uses a percentage of that POW gauge. While the POW gauge does restore over time, it also goes up whenever you take damage or you successfully block attacks. So there are times where I actually want to take damage purposely just to get my POW gauge back up so I can continue spamming Needle Strike. Which is kind of weird, but at this point enemies are just they do so little damage, we're just really about piling it on them and not worrying about ours.
That sounds safe.
No, again, we're just really low level. There, that takes care of that guy. Some might also be curious, what's with the additional title that nobody can ever pronounce? Or at least I've never heard anybody pronounce that correctly. Leifthrasir. This is a PS4 remake of the original PS2 game, and it has seen several changes to its gameplay. Okay, I really wanted to kill these enemies because I want the extra phosons. I want to finish this chapter with a particular phoson count. I explained this to you earlier, Worm. If you want to tell it while give you a chance to talk.
He's looking to get 55 turtles here so that he can get his assault tie and ice shot skills where he wants them for the rest of the game. Or,
not for well, just for
well, not for the rest of the game. For now. Sorry.
Yeah, we're eventually gonna max out assault high. Almost every skill I get that I invest in is going to be maxed out by the end of the run. Mostly because those literally are the most important skills to a speedrun.
Yeah. Where we want them for now. Where we need them to be for now.
Alright, let's go fight Velvet. And we're exactly at level 7, so I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, so this fight is how good are you at juggling? If you're good at juggling, no problem. You don't want to let this boss attack you even once. She can make fire pillars, she can turn the floor into lava, literally. She is not nice. So, yeah, the hope is to never let her do anything other than be juggled.
If you see her start to glow red, that means she's going to be using one of her special abilities, in which case I recommend you use Ice Shot, and if your level is high enough, your Ice Shot will do enough damage that it will interrupt that attack every single time. And that is part of the reason why we level up so much, is just because of this boss. Not only does the fight just go on longer, because you're doing less damage, but because the game has kind of like an invisible stat tracking for hit stun chance, based on the difference of your level versus the enemy's level. Yeah, we really want to make sure this boss is hit stunned at every opportunity. She managed to get an item off. Okay, do this. I'm gonna pull her away from that just so I don't have to deal with it. A little slow, but I'm I'm willing to take that loss. Okay, I may have to... Oh, wait, did she drop a Fire Spirits? Holy crap, that's a Fire Spirits. Fire Spirits is the second tier fire potions you can make in this game, and they create 3 revolving Fire Spirits around your character that do contact fire damage and inflict burning. It's an incredibly broken ability in this game. In fact, it and its counterpart, Ice Spirits, are both equally broken. Well, Fire Spirits might be considered the most offensive. Ice Spirits is the most defensive, literally making so that you get 3 hits that you can take. No matter how much damage it does, the Ice Spirits will absorb that damage to you. And hopefully I'll never have to use it. Because, again, I'm good at this game. I shouldn't have to rely on Ice Spirits. I like to think I'm good at this game. Alright.
I also like to think that you're good at this game. Because I know I'm not.
This is also another big change from the remake as well. They included things like passives that you can unlock via skill points. These skill points are earned via just leveling up like normal. And we mostly also wanted to level up to be able to get one particular skill called Aerial Force, which increases our damage by 10% if we're in the air. Right, moving on. So, we mentioned earlier that Assault High was one of the skills we cared about in this run, but we never explained what Assault High does. Assault High makes it so that we have a passive damage increase based on how high our combo is. Because of this, we're incredibly encouraged in this speedrun to keep our combo as high as possibly can to get that additional damage. And these are mini trolls.
That combos well with hitting everything and keeping it in the air and juggling it.
Yeah, because if you're in the air, you're doing the 10% damage. Everything in this game is about just stacking passives together. 10% damage increase from this, 30% increase from that. It all starts to add up. It may not seem like much at first, but right now I'm only doing like 26 damage, 24 damage a hit. Oops. But for the most part, every time we can increase our damage by like 2 or 3 over the long course of a boss fight where we're hitting a boss like 200 times in a combo, those numbers start to add up real fast. Alright, time to meet Murray. This game gives you a traveling chef known as Murray. Murray here will make you, will ask you to bring ingredients and recipes to him, and in return he makes you delicious food. What a nice guy. And as a tutorial, he automatically knows omelet, you get an egg to use it, and yes, it is a tutorial and we are forced to do this, but at the very least, this tutorial still lets us keep all the experience points of from eating the omelet. So we just gained 2 levels right there, which is great. I'm really happy at being level 10 before we get to the next mid-boss, because the next mid-boss is kind of trolly if you do not have a high enough level. I have tested this boss several times trying to figure out what was the minimum level to basically fight him with to increase your stun chance, and 10 is the bare minimum. Alright, so There we go. Once you get those things knocked off his back, this fight becomes a lot simpler. Alright. Hopefully be able to kill these off, and... Nope, okay, he's doing this now. I'm just gonna wait until he's done doing this attack, and then proceed the pummel strategy. This may not seem like much, but when I figured out you can do just a 4-hit combo in the air at level 10... Oh wow, he actually got a hit off. My damage must have been low rolled there. I'm gonna be slightly a little bit more focused here, because normally I can just do this 4-hit combo in the air up into an up A launch attack, and this will keep the boss stun locked for pretty much the entire fight. Whoa! Where did my momentum just take me? Holy crap! Where did I go? Oh, wow. I am having really bad stun luck, unfortunately. Luckily, where damage is still means that we can finish this fight off fairly fast regardless. It just means I am dead. I died. Oh, that sucks.
Marathon luck, ladies and gentlemen. Marathon luck.
Normally, I don't have this bad of a time with this boss fight. Okay, do this again.
So, the punishment for dying is you have to restart the battle.
Yeah.
In serious PB attempts and such, that would have been a reset, but for a marathon, it's not too big a deal. It's just restart the boss.
Yeah, unfortunately that was an easy, solid minute loss there. I was nearly done with that boss fight. Okay, I'm gonna play it a little bit more safe here. Unfortunately, this is a very difficult game for me to be able to think to talk and time all these attacks correctly. Oh, I thought I could stun him in time. Okay, I managed to stun him coming back to fight him there. Okay, die please, thank you. Alright, we're done. I feel a lot better now. Luckily the next mid-boss we end up having to fight isn't nearly as trolly as Frostben is. Oh. And we're gonna go to a secret room here. This is a room that you would that isn't obviously on the map. You kind of have to just either look it up online or find it yourself. But in this hidden room we get a bonus skill in the game. But the skill link here increases the damage dealt for every skill used in the chain up to 3 times, and we're going to increase that so it gives us up to 4 times. So now we have that whole case of a bonus on a bonus on a bonus, and it's all stacking with each other.
Yeah, so while all of them might be not too much on their own, when you put them all together, the results really add up really quickly.
Yeah, skill rank is a really kind of like high risk, high reward skill. Because everything involves between skill link and assault high relies on you keeping your combo, your chain. If you lose that chain at any time, you're essentially losing like 15 damage every single hit. Okay.
And as you can see, try to stack up enemies to hit as many of them as possible at once. This just makes so he doesn't have to fight them for as long, going multiple enemies at once, since he has to clear them all out to exit the room.
Yeah. For the most part, unless I am I screw up really bad, I should never, ever get anything less than an S rank in every fight. That's a tourney. I kind of want that.
Basically determined by how quickly you do it. So.
We're gonna just pick that tourney up as a safety item, just in case. Alright. Here's the bugbear. Honestly, this bugbear looks nothing like a real bugbear in every other RPG I've ever played. Just thought of that, honestly. But, luckily, this boss has incredibly easy tells to him. And we can just kind of whack away. As long as we kind of like... Oh, well, getting a random crit certainly counts. But when you don't get a random crit, you can use Ice Shot to kind of interrupt any attack. And when usually Ice Shot also freezes them. And the freeze effect in this game slows their animation down to a crawl.
Which does definitely help with reading the move.
Yeah, and we're of course using Needle Strike here because it's our highest damaging ability, and... Okay, for a second there I was worried I'd lost my chain. Fairly low on HP, but I should be able to take this guy down. We're almost done with him. He's down to his last health bar. If this seems like every boss in this game has just ridiculously high HP, you have never played a Vanillaware game before, because let me tell you, they all have really a lot of HPs. Okay, I was kind of cautious there. I thought he was going to get an attack off, but it all paid off. We're done. So, that was an optional boss fight. But that optional boss lets us get access to a piece of equipment called the Saturn Bangle. I'll let you talk about this, Worm. I need to focus my menu here.
Alright, the Saturn Bangle is a piece of equipment that makes you deal more damage. It has the drawback of making you take more damage, but it does mean you can deal more, which is always a good thing. And it's faster. We get just one from that boss, but getting them makes so this guy will sell them. So we just buy a couple more to increase our damage further, and also increase the damage we take further.
Yeah, roughly each bangle adds 10% damage dealt, but 10% damage taken.
So, glass cannon mode activate.
Yep. Right now, it's not going to be seen like that much of a big deal because we're still fairly low level, even with that. But it's going to where our damage at our strongest hit right now is like 67, 63. At a full combo, when you're taking into the counts of aerial force, skill link, assault height, again, it just starts to, you know, math happens.
Math happens.
I got an A. I reset. I got an A rank.
Reset, A. Well, could have been worse. Could have been a B.
Oh, I don't even want to even think B's exist.
When was the last time you think you got a B rank?
Probably
Casual?
my first time playing the game. Anyways,
Okay,
this is Brigand. I'm gonna focus here. This boss is kind of a cruel fight if you're not paying attention.
Ozzy has a history with this boss. Ozzy does not like this boss. He has these 4 shields on him. You have to break them before you can hurt him. And so, no damage until all 4 of those attacks all 4 of those shields are gone. He's got 2 attacks that are really subtle to tell when he's doing them, that you have to watch out for. And he can summon minions to put the shield back on when getting lower on HP.
Yeah, I'm purposely holding on to a couple potions just to be able to do some crowd control when the Valkyries he summons to try and repair his armor show up. I just literally want them all to die at the same time. So
yeah,
I've got... Okay, here they come.
So, long story short, this boss control you.
Yeah, the worst thing that could happen is one of the Valkyries suddenly grows a brain and realize, I can do an attack that goes right through the boss, hits me, stuns me like way off base, and by the time I get catch back up to where the boss is, all his armor is repaired. Okay, oh, he's nearly dead. I'm just gonna kill him. I thought he had one more bar of HP, but our damage was really good. We had I think my maximum chain right there was 541. That's a really high chain of attacks.
Yeah, really good chain, good boss fight.
Alright, we do not have enough to get a skill I would really like to have. We're 5 short, so we're gonna put the 60 Phozons we have into Needle Strike, because again, Needle Strike is one of our most used abilities. We mostly want to do our Phozon stuff now in that menu, because every time you acquire a new Phozon skill in this game, you're forced into the menu no matter what. So it's good practice to do all your menuing when you're already in the menu.
Yeah, you don't want to lose time by going into the menu over and over again just to spend a couple of Phozons.
Yep. Alright, so at the start of Chapter 4, we're immediately thrown into a mini-boss fight here. This is a Berserker. This boss fight would normally be fairly tough at this point, because the Valkyries. Oh, I say this mostly just thinking of in the past. I've done all the routing for this game myself, essentially, right? And
yeah,
this boss used to be a really tough one because I didn't have the equipment, the Saturn bangles, until I routed them in. Originally, I thought it wasn't worth the time investment to go fight that optional mid-boss to just get the Saturn bangles. I was wrong. The Saturn bangles, that extra 30% makes a huge difference in this game.
Yeah. And this boss also gets shut down pretty hard by being juggled.
Yep.
So, yeah, we're juggling him, and as you can see, doing a ton of damage.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a trick in the air as well to extend the time I can be in the air. Normally, the little dash that you see me do across the screen, that's how you are supposed to keep the enemies juggled in the air normally. But it turns out, and you can only do that dash like 3 times in a row, but you can also do an evade in the air 3 times before you have to land on the ground, and that resets the times you can do it again. I'm using evade to forward evade into the enemy in the air to keep my combo going even longer than I'm normally supposed to. And it's a trick that really only Gwen gets to take advantage of. Everybody else's aerial attacks work completely different in this game, so she's the only one that can take real advantage of it. Which is a shame, because I think it's one of the funner parts of running this game is keeping the air juggles going. But at the same time, it makes me appreciate Gwen as a character a little more. It's what makes her speedrun super unique, as opposed to every other character in this game. I was hoping I could launch you. Oh, that's right. We definitely want this, because this chest right here gives us a gourmet ring. We'll take that for safety. The gourmet ring is an accessory that you equip. Speeds up the time you take eating food. And there's going to be some food that you get from treasure chests in this particular level that we are going to eat, just because it's free experience points in the little bit that we get. Plus, random food drops like this guy dropping grapes for me. What an awesome dwarf. I love it when these guys drop grapes. That's essentially a free 600 experience points right there. And I forgot to plant something. That sucks. During that fight, I meant to plant 2 rosemeal seeds. When you plant rosemeal seeds yourself and let them grow, they spawn more phosons. The extra 24 phosons they would give me would have let me upgrade one of my skills there, but I was an idiot and I forgot. Okay, we'll just...
Oh, that happens sometimes.
Yep. Actually, no, I'm 3 short. We'll have to do it after this boss fight. Speaking of boss fight, the next mini-boss here is the airship fight. I need to really focus on this fight. This airship is really scary.
Yeah, really scary is one way to say it. Lots of enemies. The thing can just decide to go all over the place and drop bombs everywhere.
No. No. Don't you.
So, as you saw, you spawned the Berserker.
Yep.
As the boss that we fought. There you go. So, you've got to kill the Berserker, then you can go back after this boss.
Alright, Berserker's down.
Potions are good. Because they'll get rid of the
I died. Damn. I was in a bad place, unfortunately. I thought I was too far away for the flamethrower to hit me, and I paid for that. The flamethrower is arguably one of the most scariest parts about this fight, because if you get caught in the flamethrower's damage, you can get comboed. You just literally cannot do anything to stop the damage from piling up. Alright, that's down. I'm going to go ahead and use a blaze. Hopefully, this hits.
So,
okay.
Once the Berserker's down, you can go back to actually fighting the boss.
Yeah, okay. We're good. Oh, thank you. Once you get that flamethrower killed, this fight becomes a lot more manageable.
Yeah. Now, really, all that's there to worry about are missiles, and those can be deflected pretty easily.
Yeah, in fact, I want him to fire missiles, because when you deflect back at him, it does a lot of damage. It just only speeds up the fight.
So from here, the boss can only help us to kill it.
Ooh, and it's being very kind with the missile. Nice. Alright. It sucks that we still died. But I've never had a run where I'm trying to do commentary and stuff like that where this boss has gone perfect. It is just not a friendly fight at all. But he typically drops really powerful items, and I'm kind of scanning the environment for them. Like, there's a habanero, material 6, just really good items. Material 6 is an incredibly powerful potion that I can possibly make. Alright, I really want these. Good. Because if I'm going to go into the menu here to increase my Phozon rank, because I do want to have aerial assault high, then I want to, you know, make sure that when I go into the menu, I'm doing multiple things and not just going in for just one thing if I can help it.
As before, we don't want to go the menu a lot. That's just time that we could spend killing things.
Yeah.
So the less trips to the menu, the better. Ideally, we would only go into the menu when we're
forced to
doing so by the game.
Yeah. So. I'm also thinking more of the lines of, I also want to go into the menu to spend the skill points that I get from leveling up. Because there's a couple other skills that are really nice to have, one of which increases the rate at which the POW gauge is restored. And considering how often we use this Needle Strike ability, I would love to use it even more.
Can't get too much of a good thing.
Yep. Alright. We're just about done. Oh, I'm on the wrong side. I always do this with this particular battle arena. I'm always positioned in the worst spot, and it's a huge time waste. That's one of the things that's really important for me running this game, is just remembering what side of the arena I want to be on at the end of the fight, so I waste less time getting to that door. Alright. Yep, here you are. This fight is where you start to run into the stronger Valkyrie types. And this is, and when I say stronger Valkyrie types, I mean like they're basically, they have the movement capabilities, the attacks of typical Valkyries, but the Valkyrie leaders have a higher level and way higher stats and HP. So,
not only do they have higher stats and HP, it's also hard to stun them, so they can just not get stunned sometimes, and they also have abilities that can knock you out of your chain, so...
Yeah, luckily they were pretty kind there.
If possible, we don't want them to do that, but sometimes we can't help it.
Pretty much. Okay, we're right before the boss door, so I'm going to go ahead and click the gourmet ring, and we're going to eat all this food. We've got some milk to drink, delicious cheese, chicken leg, and some grapes. Good meal. And we're going to go ahead and re-equip that Saturn bangle. There we go. And now it's time for the boss fight against Odin. So go ahead, take it from here, Worm.
Odin is pretty easy to follow.
Oh,
his
duh.
attacks are pretty slow with long tells, so you can hit him pretty easily.
And like an idiot, I forgot to spend my Phozon, so my ice shot didn't interrupt him, and I got punched in the face for being an idiot.
Yeah, you want to make sure that your skills are upgraded so you can interrupt him and actually start to hit him.
Okay, we've got him in the first juggle here. This is what we want to do.
Yeah, so basically we want so that every time he's landing, he's out of an HP bar.
Yeah, every time you get an enemy to empty an HP bar, it's like if you got an automatic knock-up.
Yeah, so you can get him right back in the air and start juggling again. So that's why we want him to be at low or just about gone with his health bar when he lands. But he just goes back up again.
Yeah, I still have to be careful though. Some of his attacks have an easy tell, but sometimes he can just get them off and... Oh, I know I really mistimed that. Okay, I'm being a little bit more cautious here. Hopefully I can get us... Oh! I almost died. I usually don't drink a healing potion, but for now, I'll drink one. And I'm glad I did.
You know what? It was good to take one.
I died. Okay, I need to seriously focus here. I'm playing really more sloppy than I ever should.
Alright, you just go and kill the boss, okay?
And I forgot, because I invested my skills in the middle of the boss fight, when I die and restart the fight over, it's like if I'd never invested the phosons.
Okay, so get those back in there.
Yeah. That was a painful lesson.
Yeah, we'll go with that. This is all just RNG manipulation, right?
Oh wow, he actually didn't get interrupted there. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, nice crit. Wow, I love that crit timing right there. Another crit. The game's making up for me.
The game wants to make sure it looks good.
Well, it always looks good. The game is a beautiful looking game.
Oh, of course.
Alright.
And you can see the effects of all the damage stacking that we've been working on. If you remember, back towards the start of the game, we were doing 11 to 30 tops, and now we're going from 60 to 80s to 90 really quickly just by upping the chain.
Unfortunately, there is a limit on the amount of times in this game you can actually juggle an enemy. So basically, if you have an enemy up in the air for too long, the game automatically just stops letting you juggle them. It's like, okay, you've had your fun, stop cheating. But, alright, we should have him dead now. I've got him in an air juggle, he's got his last little bit of health here.
Yes, sir.
And there we go.
There we go.
When that boss fight is supposed to go right. It's a lot worse with other characters, because I always consider, like, Gwen to be the easy mode, because it is the first character everybody plays. So when you come and fight this boss again with another character, he usually has a whole new can of worms to open up on you. Alright, now to Chapter 5. And Chapter 5 is the lava world. Because, you know, it's an RPG. Of course there's a lava world.
Well, it could be worse. It could be another ice world.
I'll be good. I'll be good. I don't want any more of those. Yeah. These lizard enemies are fairly basic enemies. The only thing they can do is they can kind of like flip across the screen and be annoying. It's the larger versions of the salamanders that I actually worry about. Because they have some nasty attacks that can linger on the ground and it's really easy to step on it without realizing it.
Yeah, so you gotta work out a little bit with them, but not too difficult to deal with.
Yeah, for the most part, almost every single basic enemy is kind of like, we're at a level comfortable enough and our damage is high enough, and because we're abusing skills that we've been particularly invested in, we can abuse the whole, as long as I'm doing this set amount of damage this fast, I'm almost guaranteed to launch an enemy up in the air, stun.
Yeah, so we can tear through most of these enemies pretty quickly.
Yeah. I'm also opening up these chests not for just, you know, any particular reason. At this game, by a certain point in the run, I need around 755 gold in order to buy some equipment I need for the end game. And obviously, I am still fairly short. I think I have like 460 something gold.
Somewhere around that. You're less than 500 at the moment.
Yeah, 472 now. Oh my god, I hate these enemies. The annoying thing about these rock bomb-like enemies is they have an extremely random pattern to how they move, and sometimes they get me.
And they can combo you too.
Yes. They also, when you kill them, they become a bomb on the ground. If you're standing near one, when they blow up, it will pretty much kill you. Especially if you've got equipment like I do, where I take additional damage. This is also the point in the run where you start to notice the level gap between myself and enemies. It is starting to become a much bigger gap. I'm currently level 18. This boss is level 24.
And this boss is called Vulcan, who likes to be in midair.
Guess who also likes
in midair.
Gwen is quite happy to hear this.
Yeah, so basically the strategy for this boss is tear it to pieces.
Yeah, I'll tear it to pieces real quick. That totally happened. I didn't just do a really dumb mistake as I was thinking of something. It's really easy to get distracted when you're talking with somebody playing this game. But this boss fight, that was a quick death in all honesty, so it's not like I lost a bunch of time.
I am not entirely sure how to pronounce that last word. Leifthrasir, I would guess. And
yeah,
I have
it's more so.
I do have the chat open so I can relay things, relay questions and such. So if you have any, feel free.
Yeah. The only thing I can tell you about the name is it's the name that was given to this game for its PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita remake. They're all the same game, so it doesn't matter which version you play. I currently play on the PlayStation 4 version because it has the best performance. Okay, I was kind of cautious there, but that level up was really nicely timed. Whew. Alright, we got some more food, which is nice. We're gonna go ahead and eat this now. That's right, I just ate a whole shrimp raw, as is. It was delicious. Let's play it.
Well, it certainly was an experience. There's enough experience for you to level up.
Oh my god, that lizard is doing his fire breath attack. Alright, we have some more fire spirits here to deal with. Alright, I do have to be somewhat mindful of those fire spirits that spawn in these battles. They do a lot of contact damage. They die instantly, but man, they hurt.
It's something that will punish you if you don't pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah, the way you normally are encouraged to pay attention in this game with enemy positions is in the top right, you see kind of like a a representation of the battlefield, so if anything outside your vision, you still are technically able to see.
So,
this is
Phoenix Rider, he's about the same as Vulcan.
pretty much. The only difference is he's less in the air because he wants to be, and more because I want him to be there. Yeah.
One of them wants you to beat them up, and the other one doesn't want you to beat them up, but you beat them both up all the same.
Oh, getting a nice crit there. I always looked at this guy as the red chocobo rider. That's what I initially called him in my routing notes. It does look like a chocobo.
I wasn't going to be the first to say it, but he does look like he's riding a chocobo. Can we call him Joe? Just because I'd like this to happen to Joe.
Sure. Why Joe, though?
He's the one with the black chocobo in Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. He was not easy to beat.
No, he wasn't.
Unlike this guy. I beat him first try.
This guy is.
Alright. Now, unknowingly to you guys, because you probably haven't been able to tell the difference, we've actually been picking up two different types of currency in this game. One which is typical gold, right? And another is a currency we can only go spend at the Puka Village. And we're heading there right now. The Puka Village currency that you spend here can be used to buy food. And you can eat it right then and there. We have all this currency that we've been picking up just randomly. And we're going to use it all here right now to boost our level to like level 25.
So that's a bit of a boost.
Considering we're 21, yes. So we're 24. It's really important that we're level 25, because this will greatly speed up the next boss fight, which is arguably the worst boss in the entire game.
Will this be all for you?
I am literally... Are you kidding me? I am like 2 experience points shy of a level up when I'm getting thousands of experience points. Are you kidding me? I had to waste the time in the animation to eat one more food to get to level 25.
The game just wanted to make sure you were paying attention.
I gotcha, game. I gotcha. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and invest into Needle Strike, because we have plenty to invest in there. And we're already in here, so let's go and get Power Supply, and we're done. We don't spend any more ability points to get passive abilities. We don't care about the rest. They're not worth it. And let's go. This is Leviathan. This tiny little thing, this boss, is an incredibly frustrating fight, and I'm going to focus real hard, or else he will kill me.
Okay, so you focus. Toxic is a good thing against this guy. Because it's nice to poison him. He's the guy that makes up for the last 2 fights being easy. You need to know what he can do so that you can avoid dying. You need to know how to move around so that you can stay in striking distance and keep everything in the air so you can do the extra damage. You need to do everything you can to stop yourself from losing your combo, because if you lose your combo, you have to start building up your damage again. And as you can tell, this guy has a lot of health. I mean, they all have a lot of health, but this guy does have quite a bit if you consider how quickly the other ones were going down. And if you're slow, he just decides that you can't stun him anymore. So on top of all this maneuvering you have to do, all this worry about your combo, you have to go fast too.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I got unlucky. He's in Pissy Boss mode. When he's in Pissy Boss mode, like when he's red like this, he's immune to stuns. And that makes him incredibly unpredictable.
Yeah,
Oh, and yeah, he can do attacks like that kills me instantly, so yeah, let's keep our distance here.
yeah, this boss will make you learn it if you want to beat him.
Okay, I wasn't sure what attack he was doing there. Unfortunately, because he is in this mode sooner than I would like. Okay, he's gonna do the nuclear attack. I should be able to kill him here. Good. Alright. Not the best Leviathan fight, but a deathless Leviathan fight is a good one.
Yeah.
It's a super nerve-wracking fight if you do not get the extra damage to help. Like, he can't go into Pissy Boss mode if he isn't wearing his crown. So your goal is to knock the crown off of him and keep it off of him. But once he goes into Pissy Boss mode, you can't knock him off of him. And yes, that is not its official title. I just like calling it Pissy Boss mode because that's what it essentially is. That boss used to frustrate me a lot, and every time he would go into that mode, I needed a name to make it insulting for him.
Yep. So, now we're in chapter 6.
Yep. Oh, by the way, here's the origin of sheep. Turns out, what you were taught in school was wrong. Sheep are grown from plants.
I knew they were hiding something.
Yes, I know. I was shocked to learn this too, but it's true. It's a fact. Uh-oh. Well, that's no good. Hopefully you'll be able to rejoin my call here in a second. I imagine he will be. What's my money count looking like? $633. Okay, I should have enough items to sell that I want to sell. And hello. I really am happy to see a habanero. Oh, my battery's about to die. No! Okay, we're selling all this crap. This. I don't care about this. And that's plenty of money. And we're gonna go ahead and buy 3 of these. Let me plug in my controller here. Oh my god, get in there. There we go. Okay, controller plugged in, and we're gonna go ahead and equip this. Oh, I forget. It's a lot. You can't really do it that way in there. There we go. Alright, this boss is the Micronoid. Starts off small and cuddly. Yeah, you keep thinking that. Of course, like most bosses in this game, it's about opening up with a really solid air juggle. So that's the most of the plan here for this boss is that. But the equipment I bought earlier was items called vampiric rings. The vampiric rings work very similar to the Saturn Bangle, in that I do now even more damage, but I take more damage. So it's automatically a nice boost in damage, but it also makes it so that any damage I do at this point, it also heals me by a percentage. And I got 3 of these rings equipped, so I'm actually pretty capable of self-healing. The downside is most attacks can kill me. So the healing sometimes doesn't even matter. Alright. Good. Keep the launch going. Or not. Or I could do a downward stab and waste the roll. I'm hoping I can get one more juggle here before this guy transforms again. Because he has 3 possible transformations. The little Micronoid thing, the buff guy, and the hot chick. I really don't like the hot chick. I think he dropped a really good potion I want. Yep, here he's transforming. It's the hot chick. Hopefully if I can stun her sooner, the better. Well, she's nearly dead. Yep, a toxin. Nice. I'm actually really happy to see that. I want to use that on the next major boss fight. Oh, and we don't care about money anymore, so we're going to ignore every single chest we actually don't need to open. Now, we need to go in here, because this is a particular level where they introduce these little mushrooms that if you stand next to them, makes you small, so you can fit it in cracks. And we don't need to be small anymore, so we're done being small. This fight's kind of fun just because they have so many aerial enemies come at you at once, and you can actually kind of get them all in this big gathering, and they're all dead. Alright. Hop over these enemies and get you. One thing I try to do here is try to time my evade so I just pass through the enemies. Alright. Obviously right now our level difference between the enemy and our own is pretty substantial. So some of these enemies do take a little bit longer to kill now. But we're still doing such insane damage because we have these high level skills, this high level equipment, and they're all put in the ways that they just synergize with each other, that the level difference just doesn't really start to matter anymore. Alright, I'm only just a little slightly concerned about this knight here. For whatever reason, this particular knight, I swear to God, has killed off so many of my runs for dumb reasons. He just becomes Hercules and becomes the hero of his people. Alright. That should be the last of them. And we've obviously got a ton of phozons right now. Also, we're going to open this chest because in this chest is a pure cacao. And we're going to go ahead and nom 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 it. Get an extra level. And because we also have 200 phozons, I believe skill link we can max out. And we can put another rank into Ice Shot. This may seem like a waste of time right now, but we're getting +3 extra attack from Ice Shot, and we're gaining an additional 7 damage from Skill Link. So the damage starts to pile up. Okay, they all spawn left. Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and use that Toxin, because at this point, Toxin is fairly useless to us. The final level in the game, almost every enemy type and boss is immune to poison. So I have no problem just burning them all on this boss. I would really like it if this boss dropped a fire potion in some way. That'd be great. No, she dropped another toxin, which I will use. And we're up in the air. Hopefully I can be somewhat self-conscious here, because those flying enemies she summons can snipe me out of the air while I'm trying to air juggle. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and use the other toxin, since she's no longer poison, and we'd really like it if she was poisoned more often. Oh! That was weird. Oh my god, she dropped another toxin? Are you kidding me? How much poison do you need, lady? I'm going to see if I can try and just keep her close to where the toxin is, because I can use it right here and hopefully not die. Clear out her friends. I'm being really terrible with my air juggles tonight. I should have been, like, having her on the air this entire fight if I was really had been at the top of my game. Okay, she's about to do that attack. Okay, we got it in the air. Up you go. Alright, we're good. Oh boy. Let's see here. Nope. We don't have nearly enough phozons to upgrade skills we care about, so we're just going to keep moving on. And we're just going to go to the final world of the game. We're nearly done. By the way, if people are curious, officially we use in-game time for this game. So it doesn't, mostly due to the fact that this game automatically removes any loading times from the in-game timer for every character. So we have that in place in case there are people that wanted to learn the PS3 version, or I don't know why you would, but the PlayStation Vita version as well. So everybody could have a fair shot on the leaderboards. Most people only do character runs of this game, though. Like a full game speed run of Odin Sphere is like 8 hours. Every character in this game takes roughly an hour and a half to complete. Oh my god. These skeleton enemies are kind of annoying. There we go. You can't damage them when they're invisible like that. I'm gonna open this chest here and get the food item inside, but I'm not gonna eat the food. I want the food as an ingredient. We're gonna combine that with the fire spirits we have in our inventory and make a more powerful version of it. Alright. I believe I'm in the right place. Yep. No, I'm not. I'm too far right. Darn. Alright. Here's the mid-boss, and this is a fight I really want to use, combine this with that. So rank 5 fire spirits, that's pretty good. And let's go down. This fight, I mainly want the fire spirits because he loves teleporting around, so things like Blaze and Volcano really just don't do a lot of damage onto him. But fire spirits just lets me move the fire with me. And he has a stubborn amount of HP. But he loves summoning these little things. He has a bunch of things he can summon to his side, and you can kill them. And every one you kill, technically it awards you an experience. So you can level up during this fight several times. Oh crap! Okay, this one I actually want to use something a little bit different. These skull things have annoyingly amounts of HP. Okay, I have to be really cautious. If I do not kill those skull things, I actually could die to them. See, I already just got one whole level just by killing the little things he keeps summoning. Okay, I'm going to use another volcano here to clear out this. Okay, that tentacle is actually hurting me. I should have jumped. I thought he was going to do his other attack. But he's nearly dead. Oh, you jerk! You have like the barest amount of HP. Why did you teleport then? Alright, we're at level 32. And that's pretty much our endgame rule. The final boss is level 48. And thankfully, she's not a very difficult boss. She's just bulky. I believe... No, it's the next battle room I'm thinking of. There's a particular enemy variant that you encounter. I call them the Giggle Sisters. They sound like female women giggling at you, and when they spawn, they're basically, you can't hit them. So it's really, really annoying to fight them, and they laugh at you and mock you. Luckily, we have an item potion called Shine that lets me stun them, as well as if they're standing in the light of the shine, then they become hittable. And here they are. And I have to be careful too, because that slashing attack they do has surprisingly larger hitbox than it looks like. And this, we're gonna go ahead and throw this last shine. Was there another enemy? Okay, good. They're all dead. We're gonna pick this test up because it has another healing item in it, food item in it. And now we're gonna upgrade Needle Strike Out. Get that maxed. An additional +4 attack for everything we do now. Plus, it also has a slight bonus of making so it costs 5% less POW gauge, so we can spam it 3 times with a full POW gauge rather than just 2. Alright, here we go. Boss time. While she's doing this, we're going to take our best blade, fire, do that, make a fire spirit, and this. And we got fire spirits. Now we're just going to hit Odette here as much as we can. Unfortunately, she's very much like the similar to the Poltergeist mid-boss we fought, where she loves to freaking teleport around and waste her time, and more importantly, waste her fire spirits. I only have so many resources that I can make to make 2 more fire spirits, so I really love to get this boss dead before those run out. Other attacks I'm looking out for, she has this one where she bends her back really far. She's about to summon a giant freaking blade, and I really want to make sure she gets interrupted from using that. The other thing is she has a very subtle attack where she summons little flames from her lantern as she's moving around the room. One nice thing about the fire spirits, they actually intercept those flames she spawns and protects me. So that's another part of the reason why I really like having fire spirits for this fight. Extra damage and protection. And hello! Yep. Stuff of nightmares. Oh, she actually poisoned me. Alright, our original blade, that's out. We're out of food items, so we're going to make a level 3 fire spirits and get back to hitting her. I'm sorry if this imagery is too much for you. But it's okay, it's gone now. It's gone. Alright, what are you gonna do? Is it... Yep. Alright, we're almost done to our last health bar here. Hopefully I can get a couple more attacks in before she decides to teleport here any second. No, she's gonna do her back, which is fine. Ooh, nice time crit. And I have enough for one decent fire spirits here. Good. I should be able to kill her, and we're just about done. Time is after we exit the final save your game prompt, and you get back to the library where you select your next character. And done. Okay. Oh yeah, we got another Phozon skill. We don't care about. We really just want to get through this menu as quickly as possible because the clock is still ticking. And time. $1:29:15. In-game time, that's under my estimate, but I think because of the way the game does, cutting out the loading times, I probably went slightly over estimate. Oh well. I died. It happens. I hope you guys enjoyed the run regardless. It's a fun little game that I wish got a little bit more attention. That's all. But yeah. I'm pretty much done for tonight. I hope you guys look forward to the next run coming up here. And so when you're ready to cut me off, Boix, let me know in Discord, because I honestly can't tell anything else right now.